Steffi is a grade 9 student who has a passion for theater. Her talk today aims to draw attention to the importance of theater and share how theater is a part of her identity. Please welcome to the stage Steffi Zieger.
When I was 12, my parents took me on a trip to New York City and decided to enroll me in a performing arts camp called the Barrow Group. Before this experience, I had never been exposed to theater. But that one trip to New York completely changed my perspective. From one summer, I was able to expand my mind and learn the importance of theater. I learned new skills and was exposed to different experiences. I made friendships and built relationships with people that I already knew. But then it got me wondering, how come I never got into theater before my Barrow Group experience? And then I realized theater was inaccessible as I was growing up. As a kid, I've lived in many different places, but was either too young to appreciate theater or lived in a place that had no local productions or a great theater department. I never had the opportunity to involve myself with theater. A reason that my passion for theater grew from my summer in New York was because of the friendships I made. I met energetic and outgoing kids who all shared a passion for theater. They were all so kind and welcoming, and they helped me fit in easily, which had never happened to me before. The moment I walked into the room, the teacher announced we'd be doing an improv game. And when we started, I was nervous and reluctant to get in the middle of the circle. But everyone was so encouraging and tried including me as much as possible. This was the encouragement that I needed. A study from the Australian Theatre for Young People reported that 89% of their participants increased feelings of belonging and strengthened social connections following engagement with a theater program. Theater kids have always been so kind and welcoming because, well, honestly, we're oddballs. Don't worry, we are very aware of it. But being oddballs is what makes us more inclusive. We know how it feels to not be accepted when we're ourselves. 94% of people from the Young People's Theater Company were shown to improve socially and be happier and kinder due to a theater program. Having a welcoming group of people interested in theater made me look into theater more seriously, and I loved what I saw. I'm now able to connect with theater kids easily, if it's through discussions, or by bursting into song, or even by small theater kid references. For example, whenever someone says take a break, I immediately look at my friend who loves Hamilton and we burst into song. Theater helps build trust and build discussions with one another. I feel comfortable when talking to any theater kid, even if it's online. I've made great friendships online, and I'm glad I'm able to talk to kids my age who love musicals and plays. Discovering theater helped me build my relationships and make friendships, and I was able to discover a passion that had a community of people who were so welcoming and felt like a second family. Theater helps build skills and teaches many skills that are useful as we get older. Since I've gone into theater, I've been deciding if I want to pursue it as a future career. Thinking about having a future in theater has caused me to become more devoted to learning different theatrical skills. I've been training vocally to improve my singing. I've been learning about different acting dramas and reading play scripts to expand my knowledge. I've also attempted to dance, but let's just say that this is a work in progress. My love for theater has helped me in skills specifically related to theater, but also in the outside world. For example, theater has helped me pay more attention to details in my environment. I learned to pay attention whilst communicating and comprehending what people are saying through their eye contact, body language, voice pitch, and body language. Through theater, I've been able to understand people better. The way a person communicates shows who they are as a person. From the Utah State University, 95% of school administrators believe that theater has helped students improve in their academic skills. And theater isn't only useful for people who want to improve their academics, and isn't only beneficial for people interested in theater, but also for personal growth. Before I was into theater, I was terrified to do a presentation or go on stage at all. But now I feel way more comfortable performing in front of others. You're also able to consider including yourself in local activities like dance groups or talent shows, and you're able to be more social. A commitment towards theater builds vocal strength, creativity, movement, teamwork, and emotional expression, which are useful to the world and especially to me. Because of my passion for theater, I've been able to become stronger at performing and expressing myself. Finally, I've always felt that theater was underappreciated for what it is. From my exposure to theater, I've been able to become stronger at performing and acting. And I hate it when people say that theater is just people singing and dancing around stage, when it's so much more than that. It has deep meanings that can really affect people and change their perspectives in difficult situations. In 2021, a study by Elsevier with 1,600 participants showed that after a live play was seen, the participants reported feeling more empathetic and were more generous. People don't understand that theater provides insight into the lived experiences of others. It provides difficult situations which may be new to the audience and teaches empathy for all as humans, regardless of how similar or different we are to one another. For example, since I was a child, I've dealt with fears of death and loneliness. It's not usually a topic I like to talk about, but it feels necessary to mention. These fears were very hard for me to overcome. But then I watched a musical called Ride the Cyclone, and one of my favorite quotes in the world comes from a girl in this musical who says the line, "It's not a game, it's just a ride." And this is such a meaningful quote to me because the characters realize that life is just like a roller coaster. It needs to be ridden. And we should live life to the fullest, accepting the ups and downs. This has normalized my thoughts of the afterlife. It made me realize that many people share these fears. Theater doesn't only help overcome fears, but teaches us about life. It connects us to others and can completely change our perspectives. Another example comes from a musical called Dear Evan Hansen. This is a heartbreaking musical, and I actually ended up crying the first time I watched it due to the complexity and heartbreak from the ending. The musical conveys the message that we should reach out to others in case we're struggling, instead of feeling alone and unsure of ourselves. The message of the story helps people, but also lets others realize that hundreds around the world deal with depression and anxiety, and how important it is to support people who struggle from it. Theater provides enjoyment and social commentary into the lived experiences of others, and it's obviously a major part of my life. Without theater, I wouldn't be standing here. I wouldn't have friendships with the people that I care about deeply, and I wouldn't have improved as a person. My friendships in the Barrel Group have taught me how to be better. My friends taught me how to be kinder, or how to be tougher and stand up for myself, or even how to express myself and my sense of humor. And most importantly, I would have never understood the importance of theater. Theater honors centuries of history by bringing stories to life on the stage, creating powerful connections between audience and others. Theater helps people feel a sense of belonging and helps people feel confident. People would have a hard time fitting in without a group of others with a similar interest. And most of all, I would be lost without my passion for theater. I would probably have to join the football team. And no, we would not have one. Thank you.